Good morning, everyone. This is Nishant. So we will be starting enhancement for centralized accounts today. I welcome you all who have joined the meeting. I hope you guys have already updated the latest patch and you might have practiced the practice login. You might have updated all your masters as per our guidelines given in the previous webinar. I hope we have only 4 days left to GST kickoff, and we have released our all the updates regarding to HQ masters, the POS masters, along with the local transactions. I hope everyone has done the practice and they are comfortable with the GST rollout. Also, we have released the bill print for sales, sales return and purchase, and today we are going to release the another patch where we'll be giving you more sales print, and we have enhanced our Truebooks also. So today we will be covering the enhancement, the SSC codes, the GST tax rates we have defined in our Truebooks. Before we jump into the product, again, I would like to introduce our chatbot. I hope everyone is using our chatbot and my GoFrugal app for the online support. Also, as I have informed you earlier, we won't be able to give individual support. So our chatbot is live now with more questions, with more expertise sitting behind the chatbot and helping you on each queries. Also, I have added the picture of here practice mode also. I hope everyone has started using the practice mode. Everyone has started the purchase, the sale transactions in their practice mode, because this will help you to have a one learning license kind of thing before kicking off go live. Also, you will be very comfortable while doing the live billing on 1st of July. So people who haven't tested the practice mode, I request everyone to use it from today only. Also, in our today's session, since this is the account section, so we will be giving extra time on your questions today, and we want each question to be answered today, because what we have seen in our previous sessions, the questions are more, but we have very less time. So in this session, we will be covering more question answer round today. So let's move on. As you are aware, there will be two kind of taxes under the GST. One will be the intrastate movement and one will be the interstate movement. So in the intrastate movement, we will be covering the central GST, that is the CGST, and state GST, that is the SGST. This is the terminology we have used in our software. CGST means central GST, SGST means state GST. And for interstate movements, like if you have a supplier that are interstate, for that we have used the terminology as IGST. So now we will speak about input tax credit. As you know, this is the backbone of our GST. The government has introduced the input tax credit. In this, you can avail the input tax credit for the taxes paid on the expenses. Like we have covered earlier, we were using a HSN code for our item master, but for our expenses, we will be using our SSC code, which is a service accounting codes. Government has already predefined a few service accounting codes, and in our software we have also put the same codes given by the government. So in Truebooks, we have enabled the option after GST you can avail your input tax credit for your tax paid on all your expenses. Also, while doing a payment voucher, while doing a payment and general voucher, we have an option to give a GST split up. And as of now, in this version, we will be giving for double entry payment screen and general voucher entry screen. Along with that, we have added a GST number and state code in our reports also, where you can track your expenses. You can also look your expenses with a GST breakup with a brand new expenses report with the GST breakup. After this presentation, I will take you to our HQ, where I will showcase all the features we have enhanced in our new version. So let's go to our HQ now. So I've opened the HQ here. This is my local machine, the Cloud Test 5. Okay. So here I have just updated the patch. I have updated the latest patch where we have done the enhancement for our centralized accounts. Before moving to Truebooks, I would like to explain about the Tax Master. If you remember in the first presentation, in the first webinar, I have explained you about GST Masters. So let's move to GST Master first. It will be under MDM. Start from the scratch. We'll click on the MDM. Tax Master Management. Here we have added GST Master, MDM, Tax Master Management and GSTN Master. I will click on GSTN Master. So here we have added 9 tax codes along with tax descriptions as per the government guidelines. We have added GST 0%, exempted 5, 12, 18, 28, 3, 28 plus cess 12 and 28 plus cess 15. So let me give you an example here. Let's say I'm choosing GST 5%. So if I click on the edit, I will go under the CGST. We have added all the ledgers by default. This is what GoFrugal recommended. Since you know GoFrugal is a Suvidha provider, GST Suvidha provider. So as per the government norms and what GST suggests, we have added the default ledgers here. Like for sale account, sale tax, purchase, we have added the default ledgers here. Now, as per the feedback we got from the internal team, we have also given an option to edit the ledgers. Though we do not recommend to edit those ledgers, but in case you want to edit these ledgers associated with the particular tax code, or if your accountant says, or your accountant or your CS says, or your tax consultant says you need to update this ledgers, then we have given a configuration for the same. Now I will take you to the configuration which will help you to update these ledgers. I'm closing this. In order to update the ledgers associated with this text codes and description, we have to go on admin, configuration. There is a setup configuration settings. I will click on it. Here we have added a new column of text configuration. I will click on text configuration. So here we have given an option, modify GST ledgers. As of now, this is yes. I can put as a no and yes. So earlier it was yes, now I'm giving it as a no, and I will save it. So if my modify GST ledger is no, I will again go back to MDM, Tax Master Management and GST Master. Again, if I open this GST 5%, I will again go to CGST percentage, and I won't be able to edit. If I click, there won't be any result. I won't be edited. So this is also for your security purpose also. Let's say you are the admin, you want to stabilize your ledgers and you don't want to give access to your accounts team to change it, because this might put you in a confusion or might be in a panic situation, like these entries are going in a wrong ledger. So you can modify with the admin user login, then you can block all the ledgers by clicking on the no. Okay, now we'll click on the save and I will just close it. Now we will move to our Truebooks. Before moving to our account section, also I want to explain, under the configuration, in the same configuration, setup configuration settings, we have added a field, text configuration. If you put as a GST here, we have added a new field of GST in our Truebooks masters. Now we will move to our Truebooks section. As you know, accounts, Truebooks. So here we will start with the masters here. So first I will click on the customer. Now first thing you have to see here is we have enabled the tab of the GST here. You can see there is a tab of GST coming under the customer master. I will just click it to show you. So this is what it will come. This tab will come where you can put it, the GST number. So I will just enter one dummy GST number here while adding a customer. See, like we have shown in the in other masters, it will calculate automatically. It will calculate the PAN number and the state name. Now here people might be thinking, if I'm creating a customer at outlet level, then how will I modify? Please note, the customer should be a centralized one. You need to do a approval from the HQ like you are doing it, because if you're creating a customer at A outlet, it should be centralized on all your A, B, C, D, E outlets. And if the customer is centralized, you can edit it here and you can put a GST number. If few customers here are using this purely centralized only for the accounting purpose, few customers if you're using only for the accounting purpose, then you can create a customer over here from new screen. I hope everyone is already aware of these things, and we have just added the GST functionality in the customer master. In a similar way, I will move to supplier. In the supplier master, we have added a GST tab here. Like we have done in a customer master, I can add it, the same GST number here, and automatically it will calculate my PAN number and the state name. If you want to view your old supplier, anytime you can do the edit. You can just click on your supplier, all the details will come over here. Anytime you can edit and you can save it. So as of now, we have given this functionality at customers and supplier masters. Now here also, if you're dealing with the suppliers only at the HQ level, like you only do the monetary transactions, on that note, you can create a suppliers at the Truebooks level also. Now, as I have told you, government has introduced input tax credit for the taxes paid on the expenses, which will be a good transformation in the GST. I know there will be a people who might be aware of the VAT service tax, but in the GST we will be working on the input tax credit. So for the same, we will be creating few expenses ledgers against which you can file your input tax credit. Now I will move to the expenses. 1 minute. So in the expenses, if you want to create, you can create the you can create the ledger as per your need. Like if there is a puja expenses, service charge, cleaning, you can create on your own. Please note the main thing. Let me choose it. The main thing we have added in the expenses is SSC code and GST tax master, because for all the expenses you need a SSC code from now on, and what percentage you can take a input credit. Now like here I have created one indirect expenses and account name is security service charges. Here I have given the SSC code as defined by the government 0077665, and GST percentage is GST 18%. So if you want to edit it, like this is by default, like more than 100 ledgers we have done it by default. If you want to edit any percentage, you can edit on your own. Like if your tax consultant say no 5%, we need to charge here 12%, then you can edit and you can change it here. So as per the GST norm, I'm putting here only the GST 18%. Okay, so now I'll be just saving it, and I will walk you through now the voucher entries now. So as of now, what we have done, we have created one customer master, we have added the GST number, supplier master, added the GST number. Now after that we went to expense entry. There I have shown you we have added the SSC code, which is mandatory for filing the input tax credit, and GST percentage, the percentage you will get on your accessible value against that charges. Now I will go to the voucher entry. As I have explained you, we have done a modification as of now for the payment voucher and general voucher. So we will start with payment voucher. So I will click on the payment voucher and I will debit my ledger here, expense ledger here. Let's say I'm choosing security service charges. Now this is a very important thing. As soon as you will choose your security service charges ledger, the party name will come, the supplier will come against which you need to do the entry here. So I will be showing you two entries here. First we will be covering intrastate, then I will show you interstate transaction. So first we will start with intrastate. So I will click enter. I will choose that supplier, let's say global security service. Here also we have given a option whether it's a local supplier or an interstate, because based on this location type we will calculate whether it is IGST or it will come under CGST and SGST both. So I will click on the enter. Here I will put the invoice number, what invoice number supplier has given me. So I will put the invoice number, I will put the invoice date. Now see, after putting the invoice date, the cursor will go on the amount. Please note, this is not the net amount, this is just the accessible value. What we are going to do in our next release, which is coming tomorrow, based on the feedback we got from the testing team, we will be putting here one more field as net amount and another field of tax calculation. So I will be putting as an amount, let's say, okay, I'm putting 2400. I will put an enter. So as I have given the 18%, the system will automatically calculate 18% in the CGST and SGST, because this is a local supplier. So because in the local supplier, as I have explained you, in the local there will be a two taxes, SGST and CGST. So 9% will go to CGST and 9% will go to the SGST. And one more thing, we will be adding a percent. As of now, you cannot track the percentage here, right? So in our next release, that will be tomorrow release, we will be adding here the tax percentage and the net amount of your invoice here. Like you are calculating the same things in the POS level, the same thing will be visible at Truebooks level also. Also, a very important thing, this is the SSC code. This won't be a HSN code. Here we will be putting only the SSC code against the security service charges. Now I will be saving it. If I click OK, all the ledgers will come here, like CGST 9% input credit and SGST 9% input credit. Now I will credit from cash in hand. I will put the value and enter it, and I will just save it. As of now, we have seen for the intrastate. Now I will show you one more example for interstate. After that, I will take you to the reports. Now I will do a one transaction against the interstate, where we will calculate the IGST. Again, I will choose the same ledger, security service charges. Now, if you click on the party name, we have a very good option to filter out here. All the locations are local here. If you want to filter of interstate, you will just put IN. It will all the interstate ledgers will come here. I mean, the suppliers will come here. So I will be selecting one supplier. I'll put the invoice name, invoice date. Now I will put the same amount here, 2400. Okay, now you see here we are calculating 18% only for the IGST, because this is our interstate supplier. And also we have given the feature of cess. If you map something, as you have seen, against the security service charges, I have mapped the ledger of 18%. Now, as you know, there are 9 tax codes in the GST. If you map some ledger that has a cess code, the system will calculate the cess also against that tax you have defined against the ledger. So I will click on the OK, and I will save it here. Now here you have to see, we are showing only the IGST here because this is only interstate. As you have seen previously, we have showed two particulars here, two ledgers were there. One was for the IGST, one was for the CGST, but here it is only IGST. Now I will credit cash in hand. I'll put the entry and I will save it. So we have shown you the two transactions. One was for the interstate, one was for the intrastate. Now for the same, we have developed one report. We'll go on the report. Under the reports, go on the more, register, reports, more registers. There is a last expense register with GST breakup. Please note, it is under reports, more, registers, and the last report is expense register with GST breakup. Click it. Now we have to click on the go. So here for the today we have done the two entries here. Okay, and this will be a voucher number PY15 and PY16. So I will click one by one on both. First I will click on PY15. If I click it, I can see my payment voucher. Please note, as of now, this is only in the view mode. In our next release, we will be giving an option to edit also. And if you want to export also, you can export the same, and you can see your CGST amount and SGST amount from this report. And for the IGST, you can see the IGST amount in this report only. Now, in a similar way, please note, this report will be very important for you. And in a similar way, we'll again go to the voucher entry, and I will show you one general voucher here. I will just doing one general voucher entry. Okay. Same we'll be doing under the security service charges. I will enter, and in a similar way, we'll put the party name. So I'm doing for the intrastate only. Again, it will calculate the 9% of your accessible value. And please note, again, we will be giving you a net amount value in tomorrow release. Tomorrow we'll be giving you one final release before we get the inputs from the customer, and there we'll be giving you a tax percentage bifurcation and net amount on the same report, or on the same screen. So here I will just credit the service charge, and I will just save the general voucher entry. Now, as previously I have shown you the reports under the register, that is the expense register with the GST breakup report. Now the important report like PL and balance sheet, I will show you how it will impact on your PL and balance sheet reports. So let's go on the reports. Financial statement, like you know about trading and PL report. So I will go on the PL report summary. I will click on go. So here under the indirect expenses, please note I have clicked on the summary report. So I will click on the indirect expenses. So all the entries that goes under your indirect expenses will come over here. I will click on this security service charges, and you can see here for today, that is 27th, we have done 3 entries. One was a general voucher and 2 was a payment voucher. So all the 3 entries will come over here. First I will show you the first entry we have done here. So I will click over here, and you will see the entry we have done. So here also we are showing all the ledgers that will be reflected in this entry. GST 9%, or this is CGST 9%. We have highlighted all those particulars here also. And I will show you the general voucher also. If you click on the general voucher, the one we have done today, it will come over here. So after covering this PLN report, I will go to the balance sheet report. So in the same financial statement, balance sheet, I will go on the summary. So in a similar way, I will click go. So here you have to click on duties and taxes here. So if you click on the duties and taxes, against the ledgers, you will see all the transaction credit. 1 minute, I will just show for the today only. Okay. So all the transactions against the particulars like CGST 9%, CGST 14%, 14, IGST. So all the transaction will come for 27th of June, what we have done today. So all the transaction will come in this report. Again, I will tell you financial statement, PL and summary. If you click it, I have done the filter for today. So all the ledgers report will come over here. So these are the highlights what we have done in this release, and tomorrow we will be having another release, and one more release will be coming by this week only, where we will be highlighting all the transactions, all the sales, sale return, purchase, everything will be reflected at the TrueBooks level. So now we'll be going on the question answer round here. So let's start the QA now. Hide this line. You can click on your, you can click on the question screen and you can ask the questions. We have one question like how to practice the practice admin. Sir, we have covered in our previous webinar where we have explained how you need to update your latest patch. We have also covered in that patch how to do the auto upgrade also. In that webinar, we have explained each and every step how to start the practice admin at the POS level. Hello. So we'll be starting the Q&A. First question we came from Mr. Shahid. In general voucher, you should have credited the global security service instead of service charge ahead.
Uh, Hello. For this, actually, you can do the. We just shown a demo entry. Actually, you can choose your required ledger and you can make that entry. There is no issue on that. System will allow for that.
Yeah, Mr. We have one question from Mr. Dharmesh. Any option to convert the expenses GST register in CSV as we didn't find on our screen? Sir, thank you for the suggestion. As of now, we don't have the same thing. I will forward this question to our technical team and they will check the feasibility, and if possible, definitely we will be giving you in our next release. We have one question from Mr. Ashok Babu. We have multiple location. How tax percentage show in PLN and balance sheet. As of now, it is showing same tax percentage in multiple times. Mr. Ashok, thanks for your question. Actually, initial level, there was a VAT. So there was a multiple ledgers we have created. Now in the GST, the tax will be the same. So there will be a same entry, and also we recommend not to make any duplicate entries. Like if we're giving CGST 9% input credit, don't make any new ledgers with C space GST 9% input credit, then you won't face this problem again. Next question, share me the video for practice users. Sure, Mr. Gopal, I will share you on your email. Or you can go to our YouTube channel. You can just type GoFrugal Technologies, and in that we have shared all the videos. Mr. Dharmesh asked, will we get a separate practice model? No, sorry sir, as I have explained in my previous session, we have many customers using Oracle XE, so it won't be possible to have multiple database and that much space size in our HQ model. We have question from Mr. Sunesh. Aadhaar card companies not come compulsory for the company. Sir, it is as of now compulsory for all the customers. Could you please elaborate on which transaction level you are asking the same, sir? Another question, how the sales and purchase transaction with discount bills show in the PL. Sir, I would like to tell you, as of now, we have done the changes at the master level, and in our next version, we will be releasing with the transaction, and also we will be covering your loyalty program calculation in our next release, because in the next release, we will be giving you all the data related to your transactions. Come with the GST percentage. If you put a ledger name, it will come with the GST percentage. We have one more question. One minute. We have one more question from Mr. Satish. Can we enter GST number in HQ itself? It can be upgraded POS and Truebooks. Of course, sir, we have a bulk update also to update the GST numbers at the HQ level. For the same, you can go to our YouTube channel and you can check our videos. In there, we have explained how to do in a bulk update and how you have to do one by one. One more question for Mr. NM. Sir, if you have different stores in a different states, yes, the system will bifurcate the transaction, whether it's a state or local. For the same, if you will see our first video, we have explained how to update your branch master. There you need to update your branch master, whether it's a local or it's an interstate, because based on the HQ, system should know whether your branch is state or in local or interstate. So based on that, you can filter with the location wise and do your payment and expense entries. Sunesh is back in the ledger creation type. Yes, sir. It is mandatory. You can put the same in the ledger creation. You can put the Aadhaar number. Also, we recommend to consult your tax consultant if he thinks while filing you need to give these numbers inputs as a mandatory fields. Then you can put it. Also, we have one question. Can we file the return from the Truebook? Yes, sir, of course. Since you know GoFrugal is an official GST Suvidha provider, we will give you an option to do the filing also. But this will be released after first week of July. As of now, our main concentration will be on the GST transactions. Once we roll out the GST, we will give you the enhancement and a webinar on how to file a return from the Truebook, even at the track level also. Mr. Subramaniam asked, is your video and YouTube presentation, are they in a sequence? Of course, sir, we have, in such a way, we have designed the channels in the YouTube. We have mentioned step 1, step 2, step 3. Like there will be different videos for the POS level, there is different videos for the HQ level, and if there is some DE customers, there is different videos for the DE customers also. So you can just first verify step 1, then go to step 2, and then you can move to step 3. We have one questions in a Hindi. हाँ जी सर, आपको आधार नंबर डालना है उसमें, वो एक बार आप अपने टैक्स कंसल्टेंट से एक बार चेक कर लीजिए कहाँ कहाँ आपको चाहिए आधार नंबर, कौन कौन से सप्लायर या कस्टमर के अगेंस्ट आपको आधार नंबर चाहिए, तो बेस्ड ऑन दैट आप उसमें एंटर कर सकते हैं. Also, people, if you have any question in Tamil and or Hindi, you can ask it, put in a chat. We have a speakers in a Hindi, Tamil and English here. Mr. Sunish asked, can we do a backdate purchase? Is possible? Sir, yes, as of now it is possible, but once you will switch your transactions to calculate in a GST, at that time it won't be possible, because then system will calculate everything in the terms of GST only. Tele migration related, yes sir, we will give you a build for the tele migration also, but it will give after 1st of July only. We'll start this after 1st of July. We have one more question. Can we do the purchase entry at the Truebooks level? Yes sir, we can do at the Truebooks level, but make sure it won't affect your inventory. It will just affect the your accounting tables only. Also, if you do any purchase at the Truebook level, yes, of course, we can do the same thing in the filing also. When you will file it, you can refer those purchase entries. We have one more question. It's a Hindi कि expense entry कैसे करना है. सर ये वाला वीडियो मैं YouTube पे डाल दूंगा. इसमें हमने पूरा एक्सप्लेन किया था स्टार्टिंग में. आई थिंक आपने थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन किया है, तो ये मैं YouTube पे डाल दूंगा आपको, या तो मैं आपको लिंक भेज दूंगा इसका, वरना आप आप YouTube में जाके भी या GoFrugal ऐप पे भी इसका वीडियो देख सकते हैं. Okay, we have Mr. Sunish. Aadhaar is not must in case of private limited companies or partner firm. We have consulted with the tax consultant. Great, sir. If a tax consultant is guiding you the same thing, then you can go ahead. And thank you for sharing the information with the other people also. Thank you, sir. Okay, next question is, Mr. Kiran has asked how to account interstate expenses. Sir, for this, when you will make a express entries, we have an option for the location, whether it's a local or a interstate. So while defining the ledger, you can mark it as an interstate, and in a similar way, when you will do a express entry, there you can choose the interstate ledger. Now when you will choose the interstate ledger, system will automatically calculate IGST. Make sure it won't calculate CGST and SGST. It will calculate only the IGST based on your interstate and based on the GST tax you have given while creating a ledger under the expense. We have one more question, how we will do with the unregistered suppliers. What you can do while doing the express entry, no need to select the pop-up box. You can directly do the entry. I will show you once again. I will go on the Truebook, we'll go on the voucher entry. I will click on the payment voucher. Okay, I will go on the payment voucher, and again I will select the ledger here. If you think you have the unregistered supplier, so I will just click on the close. No need to select the box here. I will do the direct entry here. Just put the debit amount here. Okay, and directly I can put the credit account here. I will just put my cash in hand and I will enter it here. Okay, so no need to select the supplier name, it's a state, interstate. This will be applicable only for your unregistered suppliers. So it's in the same way, I will just save it and it will be saved. And same thing will reflect in the reports also. For Mr. Sunish, he's saying in case of ledger creation, Aadhaar is shown as mandatory. Yes, sir, we have shown Aadhaar as a mandatory as of now. It is to be removed for the case of private limited companies. Okay, sir, what we can do, we can remove the flag here. The mandatory flag we can remove in the upcoming release. So it will be on you whether you want to enter the Aadhaar number or not. But it won't be a mandatory field. We'll remove the flag from Aadhaar number in next release, sir. Thank you for your suggestion again, sir. Okay, so team, I would like to also share you one more plan. We will be conducting a one more seminar and one more webinar section. We will be doing this vertical wise now. So it will be starting from tomorrow. You will get an email, and vertical wise we will share the information with you also. Like tomorrow we'll be starting with our restaurant and bakery customers. In a similar way, we will be covering DE. We will be covering ARPO 7 departmental and hyperstore people. We will be covering apparel customers, and based on the verticals, we will be having a meeting. We planned a meeting yesterday, so we have decided few verticals, and in next 2 days, 28th and 29th, we will be covering a webinar based on the verticals. So I request everyone to make sure they are on the latest patch. They should start doing some dummy transactions, and feel free to use our GoFrugal app, our chatbot. Ask your question from the chatbot. We have expertise people sitting behind the chatbot who will be helping your unanswered queries to give you a better experience, because as you know, it won't be possible to give a individual support. So we have planned for a group support from next 3 to 4 days, sir. And thanks for your time, everyone. This video will be available on the YouTube. You can verify the same from our YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.